So the first thing we're going to discuss is work-life balance for ambitious women as an important first step to getting more done in less time. As I said, this pillar of having it all starts with time acceptance. It is 100% crucial that you start to accept your current season. Life is not constant, and just like the seasons change, there'll be different seasons in your life that require different ways of managing your time. If you're in a season of rest and rejuvenation, but you haven't fully accepted that that's the season that you're in, you're going to be fighting an uphill battle. For example, when I had my first daughter, I didn't take the time to accept the postpartum season. Of course, I was a new mom and had really no idea what to expect, but I hadn't prepared myself for how much I would need to slow down and take care of me in this new life. My calendar was still full of things to get done, and instead of treating my maternity leave like maternity leave, I had treated like a time off to do extra work. I was writing my first published book and had made no modifications of deadlines to account for the fact that I was going to have a new baby. So there I was running around on like 2 hours of sleep, probably pretty smelly because I had limited time to shower, taking care of this new baby and dealing with postpartum depression that I hadn't even anticipated or considered. And somehow I found a way to crank out a book, but I certainly had no time for myself. And by not accepting the season I was in, it made my life much harder for myself. So before you ask yourself, how can I get more done in less time? Ask yourself, is this a season to maybe get less done in this time? The next thing I want to share with you when it comes to work-life balance as an ambitious woman is to have healthy boundaries. And you're going to need these healthy boundaries at home and in the workplace as well. And you're going to need to share these boundaries with folks at home and in the workplace as well. In the last year or so, we've been dealing with this pandemic. And of course, I've been working from home a lot. I also have daycare babies that get sick a lot, so that means they're home with me while the work doesn't stop. During those times, me and my husband have had to take turns taking care of the kids while the other one worked in the home office. We had to set clear boundaries on not only what time we were going to take to work during these hard times of caring for our children while working, but we also had to communicate these boundaries to our little ones, Layla and Christian, so they knew very well when Mama or Papa was working. She even learned to say, no downstairs, Papa working, Papa working. And that helped us maintain those boundaries because we all knew what they were. Likewise, you may have boundaries with your job that are unspoken rules to expect you to say, check emails all the time. And you may have to say, these are the times that I'm with my children. I'm out of the office at these times and I'll respond when I return to work. Another thing you can do to create healthy boundaries is to treat your weekends like vacations. So plan things for them like going to special places in your town to visit like a tourist would do, or plan special ways to rest and relax like you would on vacation. And this helps you kind of set those weekends up with some boundaries as well because you're treating it like a vacation. And the last thing I want you to do when it comes to creating work-life balance if you're an ambitious woman is I want you to think about being more flexible. Yes, I know I just told you to have healthy boundaries when it comes to work and home life, but we also need to be flexible. As I mentioned, we're in a pandemic and things may happen like having to care for your children, like I said, or having to take breaks from work to care for loved ones. And there may be times when your schedule changes unexpectedly from season changes. So, for instance, there may be a time when you need to take care of a sick loved one or a time where you might have to prioritize your own mental health and you're going to need to be flexible. Just know that sometimes there's no such thing as work-life balance, but in reality, it's like work-life juggling and being flexible with your schedule and your life, and while also prioritizing at the same time for what's most important in that time is going to help you